Think of the person who irritates you most. The arrogant one, the fake one, the show-off, the selfish friend. The person who somehow gets under your skin faster than anyone else. Now ask a stranger question. Why that trait exactly? Why does it land with such precision? Carl Jung had an uncomfortable answer. Sometimes the thing we hate most in another person is not foreign to us. Sometimes it is a buried piece of ourselves, coming back as disgust. What you attack out there may be something you exiled in here. Jung called this hidden part the shadow. It is made from the parts of ourselves we learned were not acceptable. As children, we notice what wins love and what threatens it. Maybe anger was not allowed, so you became pleasant. Maybe need was mocked, so you became independent. Maybe pride was punished, so ambition went underground. Every family, school, and culture teaches a child a bargain. Be this, not that, and you will be approved. The shadow is not only evil, it is everything the conscious personality refuses to identify with. Envy, desire, weakness, aggression, selfishness, hunger for attention, even creativity and confidence, if those were unsafe to show. You do not delete those traits. You push them out of sight. But what is pushed out of sight still acts. It waits underneath the official version of you, influencing what you want, what you judge, and what you cannot bear to admit. Jung's word for one of the shadow's tricks was projection. If I cannot admit my own hunger to be admired, the show-off becomes unbearable. If I cannot admit my own selfishness, the selfish person becomes a monster. If I have buried my anger so deeply that I call myself calm, someone else's anger may feel disgusting and dangerous. Projection turns another person into a screen for the part of me I refuse to see. This does not mean every person who annoys you is secretly you. Some people are simply harmful, rude, dishonest, or cruel. The useful clue is intensity and repetition. Ordinary dislike says, I do not prefer that. Shadow disgust says, how dare that exist? It feels too hot for the situation. It follows the same type of person again and again. You think you are judging another person, but some part of you may be looking into a mirror. The part people miss is that the shadow also contains gold. If you suppressed anger, you may also have suppressed the ability to protect yourself. If you buried selfishness, you may have buried the ability to say what you need. If you rejected ambition, you may have buried energy, focus, and the right to want a bigger life. This is why a person can be praised for being easygoing, while secretly unable to choose anything for themselves. Or praised for being humble, while quietly resenting anyone who dares to take up space. A person who has amputated the shadow can look very good from the outside, nice, agreeable, harmless, easy to praise. But they may also feel flat, resentful, powerless, or secretly controlled by the very desires they claim not to have. What you threw away to be acceptable was not only your flaws. Sometimes it was your force. Sometimes the quality you condemn in others is a distorted version of a strength you need back. Jung called the deeper work integration. Not acting out every dark impulse, not becoming cruel and calling it authenticity. Integration means being able to say, yes, this also lives in me, without letting it rule you. I can have envy without sabotaging. I can have anger without destroying. I can want attention without humiliating myself or others. Once a trait is admitted, it becomes information. When it is denied, it becomes a puppeteer. The goal is not to become pure light. People who try to become pure light usually cast very dark shadows. The goal is to become more whole, less secretly controlled by what you refuse to name, and more able to choose what you do with it. So here is a practical test. Track your allergies. The next time someone fills you with immediate contempt, write the trait down. Then ask, where is a small version of this in me? Where did I learn this was not allowed? What useful energy might be trapped inside it? Keep a shadow journal of the harsh things you say about others. because those sentences often draw a map of your own forbidden self. Reclaim the gold without unleashing the poison. If your hidden anger contains boundary setting, practice the boundary, not the explosion. If your hidden ambition contains energy, use the energy, not the arrogance. And try saying one honest sentence out loud. I also want to be admired. I also get jealous. I also want to win. The sentence will not make you worse. It may make you less secretly controlled, because the shadow does not disappear when you pretend to be better than it. It simply starts making decisions from the basement. It chooses your enemies. It chooses your cravings. It chooses the people you cannot stop judging. And sometimes it holds exactly the strength you need next. You are not a being of pure light. No one is. A whole person is not someone with no darkness. A whole person is someone who can see the darkness clearly enough that it stops driving from the back seat. The question is not, how do I get rid of my shadow? The question is, what part of myself did I bury so deeply that I now only recognize it when I hate it in someone else?